welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Here's some important advice for you. If you're looking to get hired into a band that is already established, it's already booked with gigs for a year, they pay you money, they're professional, they have 40 songs on their set list. I will currently be taking this position. I just got hired on with a local band. I will be replacing the drummer from Reba McEntire's band. And let me tell you how easy it was to get this job. I saw the post where they were advertising for this. Hey, we're gonna need a drummer starting around the middle of May. If you're interested, write us, and we'll have you come and audition. So I wrote to them right away. I went in the comments, I said, very interested, will PM you. Immediately went and sent a private message. I said, hey, this is Brazano. I sent you a message, commented on your post, very interested in your position as a drummer. I have a lot of experience in playing live, and I am also the former drummer for Luca Brasi industrial punk rock band out of San Francisco. I was also the backup drummer for Psycho Kitty, another industrial punk rock band out of San Francisco. I played with the band called the Lemon Trio. I have set in on numerous other big gigs that I never in a million years thought that I would get. I'm not a very good drummer, okay? Every drummer you're gonna find on YouTube is way better than me. And when I play the drums and I load it onto my thing, just screwing around, I don't mix it, I don't master it, I don't make it sound all special and pretty. That's all a hoax. When you listen to all that stuff those guys have, they spend hours editing this stuff. But let me tell you how we get to the meat of this right here. I applied for the position. They said, okay, we've got your information. We'll be contacting you for an audition. I saw where they were playing their next show. And I took it upon myself to show up. I showed up. Right away, the gentleman said, I recognize you. I recognize that bass from Facebook. Shook his hand, said hello. Hey, just came to check you guys out, get a feel for the energy and the vibe and tempo of the music. I brought my little book so I can make notes, and I started immediately taking notes, writing down the entire set list. And he asked me when they took a break, he said, what are you writing down over there? I said, I'm making notes on some of the songs, specifically writing down the set list so I can practice it. And also making notes on the songs that I know that are going to be a pain in my ass to learn. It's going to be very difficult, complicated songs. I write those down and I'll start working on those first. And he's like, all right, right on. What kind of gear do you have? And I told him, I had a simple kit, I'm lucky it came from Japan. This is the PDP by D.W. It came out of Japan. All my metal is Zildjian. Some of it is Planet Z, and some of it is K, Dark Series. All new heads. I'm always ready to go. Let me tell you that the key things that got me the gig. Number one, I showed up and introduced myself to everybody. Nobody else that applied for this position showed up at all and said anything. They just sit back and wait to be called. Typically, they're pursuing other interests during that time, and by the time the band calls them, they're going to say, oh yeah, dude, I'm just like jamming with my friend right now. We're trying to put a little band together, so. I would rather step into something that's already up and running. It's going to be, basically, I'm the weakest link. I have to step in there and learn all the songs. These guys are tight, really tight. And like I said, Reba McEntire's drummer of 20 years. This guy's 70-something years old, and he is hammering down, breaking sticks. Big shoes to fill. Show up. Watch them play. Introduce yourselves to everybody. I showed up to the next event. Said, hey, I'm here. Checking things out. Then I introduced myself to the rest of the band that I didn't get to meet the last time. Started shooting the shit with them a little bit. Made good with everybody. Dude comes up to me, he says, "You got it." "Really?" "You got it, man. I like your style. I like the way you showed up to check us out, and I like the way you support us online, and I like that you are reliable, you have transportation, you have professional gear, and you have experience. Even if I'm nowhere near as good as the drummer that they previously had, it'll only take me a couple of months to come up to par and be able to pull my weight." That's how you get the gig. All this internet bullshit, writing to people, "Oh, hey, I'm a drummer. Oh, yeah." Then what? Talk is cheap. Show up and introduce yourself and show that you have a real interest, and outline all of your qualities that you have. I have a Chevy Express 3500 van, extended van. I can fit all of our gear in there no problem, and I can carry 4 people with me, 5 people with me. So that works to my advantage. I'm local. This band is local. They're not hiring somebody from outside of the area. That's probably the number one thing I have going for me. I'm local. I have practice space. I have a recording studio down the street as well. I have reliable transportation, and I do have experience, and I am pretty much the same as everybody else in their unit. They gotta make sure, and you gotta make sure that you're gonna gel together and that everybody's cool. You guys are gonna get along. You wanna show up and make sure that people aren't getting smashed. What kind of band is this you're gonna be playing in? Are they professional? Are they just garage trash band? We just show up, get hammered, play music, have a good time. These guys, no, not at all. Not at all. I don't think I even seen one person in the group drink one beer. They have their little tumblers, probably with ice water or lemonade or vodka and Red Bull. I don't know. But they don't make very many mistakes, I know that. They're very focused and they're very professional. So I myself, when I had my dinner and I had my wife was with me, I had one beer at the first event I saw them at. I had 2 beers at the second event. And that's where I draw the line. That's it, 2 beers. I'm not gonna go there and start smoking out and getting hammered. You wanna be professional as possible. Put your best foot forward if you wanna get the job. This goes for any job, not just in music, but any job. Where's your interest? Are you gonna show up and show that you're interested and step forward and say that you want the position? Or are you just gonna wait back for them to call you? Depends how bad you want the spot. I really wanted this spot because it's a local band. And like I said, they're booked out for a year in advance. They get paid. They play birthdays and weddings and all kinds of different parties, fairs. They open for people. That's what you got to do if you want the job. You got to show up and introduce yourself and show them that you have a really serious interest in this. You're going to really pursue it. You can't just, "Oh, I put my application in. I never heard back from anyone." That's not going to get it, okay? My last little guitar player I had for about 5 minutes. After the first practice, I already knew that this wasn't going to work. First practice, he shows up with his fucking girlfriend who's mental, and she's a nitwit, and he could not focus to save his life. Second practice, he shows up, we play one song 2 times, and he's done. I'm like, "Well, I'll lay down a beat, you jam along to it." He couldn't do it. He has no creativity. He's not a good guitar player. He has no car. He has no job. He has no real desire to pursue his passion of playing music. He says he's looking for a job. I said, "Hey, what happened with that one place? Did you go back and check in?" "Oh, well, I put in my application, but then I never heard anything from anyone." He's too focused on his little girlfriend and his outside life. He's not focused on getting a job. If you want to succeed, you have to make it happen, okay? Be confident in yourself and put your best foot forward and get out there and start shaking hands and kissing babies and saying hello to everybody and show them that you are reliable and you are dependable and that you are serious, you will get the job. Booyah shaka! That's all I got to say about that.